Some moments in history are remembered as victories. Others are remembered by what they cost. On February 3, 1945, Allied forces entered the city of Manila to liberate it from Japanese occupation. What followed would become one of the most devastating urban battles of the Second World War, not because of its strategic importance alone, but because of what happened to the people caught inside it. Manila was not just another military target. It was one of the largest and most culturally rich cities in Asia, a political, educational, and economic center home to more than 1 million civilians. Its streets carried centuries of history, religion, trade, and daily life. For nearly 3 years, the city had lived under Japanese control. As the Pacific War turned against Japan, Manila became increasingly isolated, cut off from supplies, communication, and hope. Civilians endured shortages, fear, and uncertainty, waiting for a war whose end felt distant but inevitable. As American and Filipino forces approached the city, Japanese commanders faced a choice. They could withdraw and preserve the city, or they could fight to the last. They chose the final stand. Rather than abandon Manila, Japanese forces prepared to defend it from within. They fortified buildings, occupied civilian neighborhoods, and transformed homes, schools, and churches into military positions. The battle unfolded slowly and brutally, street by street, building by building. At first, the arrival of Allied troops brought relief. Many residents believed liberation meant safety. They believed rescue had arrived. But modern warfare had changed what liberation looked like. Artillery was brought into the city. Tanks moved through narrow streets. Aerial bombardment struck dense neighborhoods where civilians still lived. Fires spread rapidly through wooden homes. Entire districts burned uncontrollably. Historic churches, universities, libraries, and cultural landmarks collapsed under sustained shelling. Japanese forces, ordered not to surrender, fought without regard for civilian presence. Civilians were trapped between advancing armies, fortified positions, and a city collapsing around them. There was nowhere to flee. By the time the fighting ended in early March 1945, Manila was no longer recognizable. The city lay in ruins. More than 100,000 civilians were dead. Entire communities had vanished. Manila became second only to Warsaw as the most destroyed, Allied capital of the Second World War. From a military perspective, the operation succeeded. Manila was liberated. Japanese control of the Philippines collapsed. The path toward Philippine independence was reopened. But history does not measure success only in territory gained. The cost forced a painful truth into record. Liberation achieved through total warfare can erase the very society it claims to save. After the war, Manila had to rebuild almost from nothing. Its physical scars reshaped the city's layout. Its human scars shaped memory, identity, and national consciousness for generations. The Battle of Manila reminds the world that modern war does not pause for civilians. Cities become weapons, and victory can arrive carrying grief instead of relief. Why do we learn history every day? Because understanding how liberation can become destruction helps the present generation question how was our fought, and gives future generations a chance to protect cities before they are sacrificed in the name of victory. History is not old. History is living inside us. One day, one event, one lesson. Mr. Fidi.